Defining your circle of competence is the most important aspect of investing.
Oracle's a very competitive company, and I think there are a lot of competitive people at Oracle, and I enjoy competition. I think life is kind of a series of acts of discovery. And I think we're all interested in our limits, what we can accomplish in life, and discovering our own limits. And we might find that in sport, we might find that in business. I think we're always, looking to discover new things and new things about each other and new things about ourselves. We probably spend less money in marketing than any company our size in the world. We have a tiny marketing department, and everyone says, well, why Oracle's all about sales and marketing. We are the largest employer of MIT and Caltech engineers in the world. We are the largest employer of Stanford and Harvard and CMU mathematicians in the world. We are overwhelmingly dominated by engineering at Oracle. The idea that we are a sales and marketing company, which people will sometimes write about quite often, is ludicrous on the face of it, because all of our customers who buy Oracle already have it.
These billionaires started from zero, part 2. You might have seen our part 1 where we talked about some current billionaires that started their lives from nothing. If you didn't, then we highly recommend that you do before you watch this one. Well, as you can guess, this video is a continuation of our previous video, and we're going to talk about some more people who came from nowhere and became successful billionaires, from getting adopted to getting CIA as the biggest client. This is about Larry Ellison. Born in Chicago, Larry was given up for adoption, and his uncle and aunt took him to the Bronx, where they took care of him. However, his adoptive dad was not supported at all, and he abused him all the time, saying he was good for nothing. He left the house when he was young and worked many jobs for many years. He also dropped out of college not once but twice. He found his interest in programming, and with time, he became good at it. And in 1977, he started a company called Software Development Labs with Robert Miner as his partner. He worked hard on a product called Oracle Relational Database, which was an amazing method to store data, and the CIA was among their first customers. Who might have thought that he would become so big in such an unexpected way?
No one deserves to have that much money, right? I mean, that's not like, I think if you do something that's good, you get rewarded, but I do think some of these, some of the wealth that can be accumulated is unreasonable. And I mean, part of this is why my wife and I started the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, our philanthropy, and pledged that we're going to give 99% of our Facebook shares away through that over our lifetime. I think some of this gets to a deeper question where I think there are people who would even say, even that's bad, right? It's like there shouldn't be an accumulation of private wealth that allows people to, it's like we're funding science, for example, and it's like, and some people I think would say, well, is it fair that a group of wealthy people get to some degree choose which science projects get worked on? And I don't know how to answer that exactly. I mean, at some level it's not fair, but it may be optimal in that it's like or better than the alternative.
Our culture is based mainly on creativity. And in a startup, the major reason for success at the beginning is to have an idea, a creative idea, an innovative idea that is really putting the company with an advantage to everybody else. It should be, to be successful, a game changer. Almost as important as the idea at the beginning is the execution, and the fact that building on the idea must be really very professional, very efficient, and that also makes a difference. I have seen a lot of startups with very interesting ideas, but with also some other competitors almost with the same ideas, but only one or two of them are successful. It's because the execution of their business plan. So it's key for the long-term success of a startup to be able to execute well.
I have an old-fashioned belief that I should expect to make money in things that I understand. And when I say understand, I don't mean understand, what the product does or anything like that. I mean understand what the economics of the business are likely to look like 10 years from now or 20 years from now. I know, in general, what the economics of, say, Wrigley chewing gum will look like 10 years from now. The internet isn't going to change the way people chew gum. It isn't going to change which gum they chew. If you own the chewing gum market in a big way, and you've got Double Mint and Spearmint and Juicy Fruit. Those brands will be there 10 years from now. So I can't pinpoint exactly what the numbers are going to look like on Wrigley, but I'm not going to be way off if I try to look forward on something like that. Evaluating that company is within what I call my circle of competence. I understand what they do, I understand the economics of it, I understand the competitive aspects of the business. So figuring out the economic consequences, TV. I think there's, 20, 25 million sets a year sold in the United States. I don't think there's one of them made in the United States anymore.